Hey friends, let's see what's sold on eBay. First off, we have a GE vintage wall clock that was picked for $2 and sold for $14. Then we have a Budweiser's Clydesdale vintage towel, which was picked for 50 cents and sold for $14. Disney Little Mermaid cassette tape was picked for 5 cents and sold for $6. Vintage Joker hat, international sales, picked for 15 cents, sold for $12. Talking Santa at the Spa Day was picked for $2 and sold for $20. McDonald's 100th anniversary Disney characters picked for $2 and sold for $8. Mother of Pearl bottle opener was picked for 50 cents and sold for $7. Dog door was picked for $3 and sold for $18. Nintendo's Luigi hat was picked for 15 cents and sold for $18. Charm beads were sold for $10 and picked for $1.75. VeggieTales Bible cover was picked for 25 cents and sold for $8. Boy Scouts uniform picked for $1 and sold for $14. Then we have our vintage puffy Christmas ornaments were picked for $1 and sold for $15. Cobalt charger was picked for $1.50 and sold for $12. Vintage Chick-Muck salt pepper shakers were picked for $1.50 and sold for $8. Heavy metal cassette tape picked for 5 cents and sold for $3. Old World Christmas ornament was picked for 5 cents and sold for $10. Old World Christmas ornament was picked for 5 cents and sold for $14. Unlocked the Game was picked for $1.50 and sold for $10.50. Then we have ourselves a vintage pipe holder ashtray, which was picked for $2 and sold for $12. An adult Snow White Halloween costume, which was picked for $1.50 and sold for $13. Lego Apple Blossom set disassembled was picked for $1.50 and sold for $15. University of Oregon hat and gloves was picked for $1 and sold for $24. Then we have a bird whistle, salt and pepper mid-century modern, and some knitting needles that sold for a total of $20 and was picked for $4. Venom was picked for $1 and sold for $14. Then we have another Old World Country Christmas ornament picked for 5 cents, sold for $10. Then we have ourselves a watercolor pen set, even used condition, was picked for 75 cents and sold for $10. And then Sports Specialties Dallas Cowboys hat laser print was picked for 15 cents and sold for $30. That's it for today. Let's see what fun or funky item not are found from the bins. And today it is Naked SpongeBob.